Good evening, kids, and welcome to the story time with Bumblebee and Ms.Elmira. Yes, today we are going to read for you an ugly duckling story. Are you ready to listen? Then let's get started. On a farm long, long ago, a mama duck sat on her nest. How long must I wait for my babies to hatch? She said. I have to sit here all alone, and no one comes to visit me. But what could she do? A mama duck must keep her eggs warm till they hatch. That's good to know. Yeah, it's an interesting information. And at last, the eggs began to crack. One by one, yellow duckling stepped out of their shells. They shook their wings and said, "Cluck, cluck, cluck, cluck." Mamma Duck said, "Come, line up. We will go down to the lake for your first swim." She counted. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. "Oh dear," she said, "I should have 6 ducklings." But one large egg was still in the nest. "Well," said Mamma Duck, "it looks like that big egg will take more time." So she had to sit on her nest again and wait some more. The next day, the big egg started to hatch. Out came a baby boy bird. But, if one may say so, it was an odd-looking thing. This bird was much bigger than others. He was not yellow at all, not like us. No, he was not yellow like us. He was dark gray from his head to his feet, and he walked with a funny wobble. One of the yellow ducklings pointed. "What is that? He cannot be one of us." Yucks. "I have never seen such an ugly duckling," said another. "Oh, that's so mean, Miss Elmira." "Yes, that's very sad to say bad things about other people. You're right, Bumblebee. We should be kind." How can you say such things?" said Mamma Duck in a stern voice. "You are only 1 day old. Your brother hatched from the very same nest as you did. Now, line up. We will go to the lake for your first swim." Yet the other ducklings quacked, "Ugly, ugly, 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 ugly." The ugly duckling did not know why the other duckling were yelling at him. He took the last spot in the line. Each yellow duck jumped in the river and swam behind Mamma Duck. When it was his turn, the ugly duckling jumped in and started to paddle too. "At least he can swim," Mamma Duck said to herself. When they left the water and started to play, the ugly duckling tried to play with his brothers and sisters too. They yelled, "Go away! We will not play with you. You are ugly. And you walk weird too." When Mamma Duck was close by, she would not let them talk in this way. "Be nice," she scolded them, but she was not always close by. One day, one of the yellow ducklings said to the ugly duckling, "You know what? You should do us a big favor if you just went away from here." All of them started to quack, 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 quack. Get out, get out, get out. Why won't they let me stay here? Said the ugly duckling to himself. He hung his head down very low. I think they are right. I should go. So sad, Ms.Elmira. I feel very sad for the ugly duckling. Yes, it's a bit of sad story, but only in the beginning, Bumblebee, so don't you worry. That night, the ugly duckling flew over the farmyard fence. He flew till he landed on another side of the lake. There he met two grown-up ducks. Can I please stay here for a while? Said the ugly duckling. I have nowhere else to go. What do we care? Said one of the ducks. Just don't get in our way. Woof, woof. Suddenly, a big hungry dog came tearing by, chasing the two ducks. They quickly flew up in the air, and their feathers fell down on the ground. The poor ugly duckling froze in the fear. The dog sniffed and sniffed. The ugly duckling then turned away. I'm too ugly, even for the big hungry dog to want, said the ugly duckling, with his head hung low. The sky turned dark. Crack! A bolt of lightning. Then came a big storm, with heavy rains pouring down from the sky. In just moments, the ugly duckling was soaked through and through. Then a cold wind started to blow. Brrr, he said, with both wings held to his chest. If only there was a place where I could get dry. All at once, a tiny light blinked far off the woods. Could it be someone's hut? He flew to the door. Quack, said the ugly duckling. The door of the hut cracked open. What is all this noise? Said an old woman, looking to the right and to the left. Her eyes were not that good. Then she looked down. Oh, look at that! It is a duck. She picked up the ugly duckling and dropped him inside her hut. You can stay here, but only if you lay eggs, she said. Is the ugly duckling finally safe and happy? Let's find out if he is now safe, right? So far everything seems good, Bumblebee. A tomcat and hen crept up to the ugly duckling. What do you think you are, coming in here and taking up room by the fire? Said the tomcat. Squawk, said the hen. I don't need anyone else in my hut laying eggs. Do not worry about that, said the ugly duckling. I'm a boy duck. Then why are you still here? Said the tomcat. Did you not hear what the old woman said? Get out of here, pretender, clucked the hen. Get out, hissed the cat. Shh. The door was still a bit open, so our poor ugly duckling slipped out the door and back into the storm. No one ever wants me, said the ugly duckling, having tears in his eyes. The storm ended. Soon he found a new lake. Looking into the water, the ugly duckling saw the reflection of a flock of large white birds flying. He looked overhead and could not believe what he saw. There, above him, were the most beautiful birds he had ever seen. Their long white bodies and slender necks seemed to just glide through the sky. He watched until the very last bird had winged its way out of view. He stayed all that lake all by himself, and time passed. The leaves of the trees turned deep red and gold. Then came cold winds. I am so tired, he said, paddling with all his might. In a moment, the two giants' hands swept him up. You poor thing, said the farmer. He held the ugly duckling close to his thick wool jacket and took the bird to his home. Never was a warm fireplace more welcome. For the rest of the winter, the farmer cared for the ugly duckling, and the spring came. It's time for you to go to the lake to swim again, as you were born to do, said the farmer. He took the duckling back to the lake where he had found him and set him with care on the water. Oh, I feel strong, said the young bird, flipping its wings. A flock of those same beautiful birds he had seen in the sky before landed behind him on the water. Do not worry, he said to them, holding out one wing. I will go now. I will not make trouble for you. A big fat tear rolled down his cheek. He turned to go away. When he opened his eyes, he saw a reflection of the water of one of those beautiful white birds. Why was it so close to him? He jumped back, and reflection jumped back too. What is it? He said. He stretched his neck, and the reflection of the beautiful bird stretched its neck too. Why are you going so soon? Said one of the beautiful birds. Stay here with us, said another. We are all great friends. Then the bird who used to be the ugly duckling knew what had happened. He was no longer the ugly gray bird. In one moment, he turned into a beautiful swan. That was a lovely story, isn't it, guys? Yes, I loved it. Did you like it, guys? I'm sure they enjoyed it as well. Now let's wish all of them good night and sweet dreams. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.